Hi there, this is Lawrence Simon, a technical writer on the documentation team at cPanel. I'm here to show you how to use mailing lists. Mailing lists allow you to use a single address to send mail to multiple email addresses. cPanel includes the Mailman software, which allows you to configure and manage mailing lists. One word of warning: ask permission before you add someone to a mailing list. And if someone unsubscribes from your mailing lists, you should respect that they do not want to be on that list. Let's go ahead and log into cPanel. Here we are in the cPanel home interface. Let's scroll down to the email group and click Mailing Lists. The Mailing Lists interface will appear. At the top of the interface, you'll see a form to create a mailing list. We went over this process in the Mailing List cPanel tutorial video. Go ahead and watch that video if you want to learn how to create a mailing list. At the bottom of the interface, you will see the mailing lists that exist on your account. To manage a mailing list, click Manage. The Mailman interface for the mailing list will appear. Mailman, Mailman, does whatever a mail can. You subscribe to a list, catch up with all the mail you missed. Look out, here comes the mailman. No. Here, you can change settings and configuration for the list. Some important ones in this interface are, well, let's see. Moderator addresses. These are the addresses of mailing list members that you want to help you moderate messages on the list. This is so that you don't need to make everyone an administrator and cause a security risk for your cPanel account. Should replies to list messages go to the person that posted or the entire list? Don't you hate it when you mean to reply to one person, but it goes to the entire list? And, well, this helps with that mistake. Emergency moderation for all list traffic. This is for when things get out of hand and everyone's arguing and you want to cool things off for a bit and handpick the messages that go out. Click the Details or Edit link to learn more about each setting. A new interface will appear. Oh, that's what this does. Cool. You can modify the setting on this interface. Click Submit Your Changes to save that, but let's go back to the configuration interface, okay? And then, when you're done with your changes, click Submit Your Changes to save those changes to the mailing list. More configuration options are available in the links on the top of the interface. Membership management is a really important section. Let's click that. Here, you can review the membership list and each member's settings. What members? Oh, right. This is a new list. We need to add a few to the list. Another option is mass subscription. That allows you to subscribe or invite a list of users. We'll forcibly add a few addresses to the list. I'm just doing this as an example. Remember what I said earlier, you should ask people before you add them, okay? Then I'm going to write up a quick welcome message. I think we're ready. Let's click the Submit Your Changes. Yeah, there. Okay, there we go. We've invited them. Now we can go back and look at the membership list and see that they've been added to the list. You can make changes on this interface to, well, let's see, you can moderate individual users. That way, when they send a message to the list, the server holds it for a moderator to approve that message. They'll get a message saying they've been moderated, and a moderator will receive a message that says, hey, something needs approval. You can also select whether their membership is hidden from the rest of the list. You can select whether the member receives messages in a digest or individual messages. There are a lot of options here. Make your changes to each of the list members, and then click Submit Your Changes. You can also set everybody on the list to moderated with the option at the bottom of the interface. This also is a great way to cool things off if things get a little heated. I mean, it's Fight Club.
It's their first time on the list. They must fight.
Right? Mass removal allows you to remove a list of users. You can let them know that they've been removed, or just drop them quietly. And if a member changes their email address, but they want to keep their settings, you can do that for them in the address change form. Hey, remember what happened to that blonde guy in the movie? Yeah, there we go. Click Submit your changes. Digest and non-digest options are settings for the messages or digests of messages that go out to the list members. You can look over those sets of options and select the ones that you wish to use. Remember, you can click the links to view a full description and explanation of a setting. Privacy options allows you to set the rules for subscribing to the list. You had this option on the cPanel mailing list interface too, but there are more details here. You can also manage a ban list to keep certain addresses from subscribing, or requesting a subscription if it's a private list. If your list is set to moderate messages, click Tend to Pending Moderator Requests. Then you can allow or reject messages that subscribers send to the list and the messages are waiting for we created this list just now, so there aren't any messages to moderate. Hey, give me a moment, all right? I'm going to work up some traffic. And we're back. Oh man, my fingers hurt. Oh, there are a few messages in the queue to moderate. The interface collects each user's messages in a table. Let's go ahead and moderate those requests. Actions are on the left side of the interface. Information about the message is on the right. We can defer a user's messages, which means leave them in the queue and we'll decide later. We can accept the messages for the list. We can reject the messages from the list, which lets the sender know that the messages were rejected. Or we can just discard them, which doesn't warn the sender at all. You can also preserve messages for the site administrator, forward them to an address, add the sender to an email filter, or ban that sender from the list. Finally, you can select whether to discard messages that you mark Defer. After you make your selections, click Submit All Data. Click Go to the General List Information page to see a link to the list archives, the list address, a form for people to request a subscription to the list, and select the language to display as well as whether to receive a digest, or to see a list of current members. Because the list is private, they'll need to log in to see the subscribers list. There are more administrative shortcut links at the bottom of the interface. If you want to customize the HTML pages of this site or the welcome messages, click Edit the Public HTML Pages and Text Files link. And then click the link of which you want to change. I'll click Welcome Email Text File. A new interface appears that allows me to edit the file. It contains helpful information for new subscribers. The items in parentheses that begin with a percentage symbol, those are variables that the system fills in, with the list name or the email address of the mailing list, the URL for the list information, and so on. When you're done configuring that page, click Submit Changes. You can perform some of these administrative tasks, such as approving list members and moderating posts. Well, you can do that through email. cPanel automatically sets up and configures the mailbox for the mailing list. It also configures the helper addresses that allow the mailing list owner and members to manage the mailing list and their subscriptions, such as mailing list-requests or mailing list-owner. Let me show you an example of a moderation request that came. Watch your mailbox for confirmation messages and follow the instructions in the email. Hey, there's a lot more you can do with Mailman. For more information about the available configuration options, read our documentation. For more information about cPanel, the hosting platform of choice, go to cPanel.com or follow us on Twitter. Thank you for watching.